not see who is on the call. I can only see myself, and like right now I can see my girl Alicia.
Oh my
Like I
God.
said, it's my friend at work is Alicia,
I
so I
gotta,
confuse you guys. But who cares, right? Welcome to our sneak peek into coaching. We are so happy you are here, and we are just going to take some time to share our stories with you and share with you kind of our either aha moments or why we started coaching, and really just what this has brought to us as individuals, as friends, and for our families. And so my name is Hillary. If you don't know me, I started coaching about 3 years ago. Oh my God, a year and a half ago. Sorry, I'm a little clever. Okay, so I started coaching about a year and a half ago, and I started using Beachbody after my third kid. I have three kids, 6, 4, and 2. And so I just wanted to be able to work out while be at home. And, I could tell you a transformation story. I could tell you all that. But what I want to focus on real quick before I pass it off and introduce you to my coach, Alicia, is just how wonderful it is to have a team that really supports you. I know you guys haven't been coaching, or you're thinking about it, or you're here just to support your coach, but I have never seen such a group of women support each other like our team does, and like that this whole entire business is modeled after and built after. And when you find women that literally lock arms together and support each other regardless of like whatever it is, that's pretty special. And I just want to focus on that for a minute and just think about, when's the last time you really were encouraged by women? And, I'm looking in the screen here. I'm wearing my GM Women's shirt. I work for General Motors. There's a women's group that I'm part of, and I'm the vice chair of it. And it's really about empowering. So I feel very strongly about empowering women, whether you're in the workplace or you're at home raising a family, or literally just like at home being a homemaker. So either way,
Mama,
I want to focus.
why is the floor so sticky?
Because, thank you, sir. I want to, sorry guys.
Lord, God.
Yeah, the sticky because mom hasn't been home to clean it. That's why it's sticky. But what I just want to share with you is the synergy that this team brings, and that's why my team is called Team Synergy Squad, to each other and support. So yeah, that sounds like butterflies and unicorns, but after you hear these women speak, you will be motivated by their actions. But before I pass it off to Alicia, I want you guys to, in the comment section, there's a way for you to type in the chat. I want you to share who you are here to support. So who invited you to this meeting? So please type that name in there. And while the girls are talking, or ladies, you're not girls, while the women are talking, I'm going to do, I'm going to make up a little like sheet here, and I'm going to have my little 4-year-old here, who's literally not annoying at all, draw a name at the end, and you will win a week's worth of Shakeology. So, and we'll talk to you about flavors and stuff like that. Okay, so make sure you put that in there. And then I'm gonna give the stage over to Alicia. Now, let me tell you something. Alicia and I have known each other, I don't even know, maybe it's like 10 years, whatever it is. But we met through a mutual friend. Actually, I've been very good friends with her cousin. And so Alicia and I met, and we've kind of hit it off. We have like this like secret love affair, I think. But I'm gonna let her tell you her story. And Alicia, take it away.
Amazing. Awesome. I thought you were going to say you weren't going to have me tell you guys about our secret love affair, but I won't. I'll never tell you. It's secret.
Yeah, don't tell anyone.
Never. Okay, so my name is Alicia, and I'm super excited to be like talking to all of you guys. I love this job that I get to do. I feel really like my husband got home yesterday and he was gone for like not even 48 hours, and I was like a mess. I don't know how like single women do it, or like women who have like men, like husbands or whatever that like serve. It's just like it's a lot. Especially I have 3 kids too, and we live in Virginia now, and about last year in August we moved here right after we had my 3rd baby, and we know no one. All of my friends and family are all in Michigan, and so I moved here. I think I was like my trip was 5 weeks old when my husband came home and said, hey, like, we're gonna move to Virginia because I got this job. And he was so excited. And I was like, so angry. But I didn't tell him that. I was like supportive, and we came and we moved here. And from like August until probably October, I just hated it. And that was the story I told myself like every single day, that I hate it here. I hate it here. And it's beautiful here. Like in the part of Virginia we live in, and there's like mountains, and like there's like these crazy beautiful sunsets. And it's just, I was just like missing all of it because I was so miserable, and I was like eating my feelings and crying in closets. I mean, I still cry in closets a lot, but it was different. Like it was different. Like it was like inside it was so dark. And I was so resentful of like my husband, my kids. I was like, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, I thought. And then like all of a sudden I had these 3 kids, and I didn't want to be here anymore, but I didn't know where to go because I didn't have any friends here. I was just like really not in a good place. And then my coach, Hillary, kept asking me to coach. And I thought like she was out of her mind. Like I was really like, this girl is crazy. Like if she knew, like if she only knew, like I was just like screaming, like red-faced screaming at my husband, or like screaming at my kids, which I'm ashamed of. But like, it's like, I still yell at my kids sometimes, but like, it was different then. I mean, I was like, this just everything felt like it was happening to me, and like the world was against me. And I don't know if that's like, so I'm a recovering alcoholic, and so I don't know if that's like part of my disease or what, but I've been sober for almost 9 years now, and so I don't drink or do drugs anymore, because that would have just like really added some crazy shit to my life. But anyway, so Hillary's asking me to start coaching, and I was like, there's no way I can coach. But around October, November of like, so I'd been here in Virginia for like 3 or 4 months, and I still hadn't met anyone. And I remember I got in a really big fight with my husband, and I stormed out of our house and started map questing how long it would take me to get to my mom's house in Michigan. And it was like 12 hours. So it was like, it was a Friday night. So I was like, okay, so if I leave now, I'll be there by like, 7 in the morning. And I got like as far as like the like park a mile up the road. I just sat in my car and cried and cried. And because I knew my mom would be like, get your ass back to your husband. Like, what are you doing here? Like, and I can't drive in a car for 12 hours anyway. But I just realized that I was so alone. And this girl Hillary looked so happy. I was like, oh, she's like posting all these workouts, and I was doing the workouts. I'd been in her challenge group for a while, and so I was like doing the workouts, but like I was still so like unhappy. And so I told her to just like let me think about it until like Thanksgiving. And then after Thanksgiving she asked me again. I was like, after Christmas, all the Monday, it's always like next Monday, I'm gonna start Monday. And so I just kept putting her off. And then finally, like, we spent like the holidays in Michigan with my family, and I realized even there, like with my family and friends around me, I was still so unhappy. And so I knew like I had to do something different. And like this like idea that Hillary had planted in my head about coaching and like help other people, and it's so fun, and like there's this community. And like even now I kind of like still eye roll thinking about it, because it's like, what, I was never someone who was like, yeah, like let me get on a Zoom call with a bunch of women. And like I was like, that sounds stupid as shit. But it's not. Like, it's actually like been like the most amazing thing I've ever done in my whole life. Having like real women who, like Hillary talked about, like in what other universe do we all get on a Zoom call on a Thursday night and like talk about our lives? Or like what she was talking about, like this week, like past weekend, we got on a Zoom call and we were all like cheering for each other. And it's just, that doesn't happen in like my world or in the real world. I feel like we're like legit cheering for each other, and encouraging each other, and supporting each other. And so I became a coach when I was like at my heaviest. I was like the most miserable I've ever been. Thank God I didn't like start drinking again, because that would be awful. And then I probably would have left my husband and my kids, and I don't want to do that because I like really do like them most days. I love them always, but I usually like them too. And so this opportunity gave me it kind of just gave me, at first I think gave me like a something else to do and like focus on and think about other than like myself and like that story I kept telling myself about how I hate it here, I hate it here. It was like I was able to like jump into this online community of people that were positive, and there really is something to be said about like surrounding yourself with people who like think bigger and dream bigger, because a lot of my girlfriends and people that I surrounded myself with were just kind of like those people that are like, oh, that'll never work. To be honest, 5 of my best like female friends in the whole world, like they all told me not to do this because they're all like, and like I love them still now, but like they're those people that are just kind of like, that's stupid. Like I would never do a Facebook group. And it's like, okay, then don't, and be like miserable. And so they are kind of just like miserable, but I love them. But it's just I knew I couldn't do that anymore. Like I wanted more for my self and my family. And I was gonna like read a quote. I have it written here, but I'm going to now because I said it. So I was listening to this guy talk this weekend, and he said, sometimes our greatest fears are actually our biggest gifts. And in our challenge group this week, I was talking about how I used to always think I hated public speaking. Like this, just even talking to you guys used to give me so much anxiety. And now it's like something that I even if like it doesn't make sense to you, or you guys are all like, she sounds crazy, like it feels so good to me to just say it and like get it out there. And I feel like sharing my story and sharing how like this community does work, even if you're rolling your eyes about it, like you can roll your eyes about it and still join us. Like you can keep rolling your eyes for a while and still do this. It's okay. Like that's fine. And we'll be here to be like, yeah, I rolled my eyes too. Sometimes I still roll my eyes at Hillary, and it's fine. Like it's fine. Like we all love each other. So that's all I wanted to share. And so I don't think Alicia's on this call, but who should I pass it to, Hillary? I forget. Becky? Yes. Becky, you get to go next. I'm so excited.
Well, that's going to be hard to follow. So, can you hear me? Okay, because my computer says that my bandwidth is low. So, I hope that I'm not frozen like normal. My name's Becky Toady. I'm relatively new to the coaching team. Hillary is my coach. I started with the Beachbody workouts last November. Started in a challenge group and have been doing it since then. So I'm historically a kickboxer, runner. I've always been really into fitness, but had a hard time. My kids, I have 2 kids. One is 8 and one is 5. So I had a hard time getting to my normal workout classes, and I just found I was getting very fatigued because I was driving all over the place. We were doing karate and kickboxing, and it just got to a point where I was just exhausted. So I decided to give the home workouts a try, and so far so good. It's been, I guess, almost 9 months, actually 10. So Hillary asked me maybe back in May if I wanted to coach, April, May. It's been a very slow startup for me. So she asked me about in May or June, and I started listening on some of the calls, and just started posting, sharing some of my stories. That was a very hard that was a hurdle for me, because social media wise, I've been on Facebook. I wasn't on Instagram. I would post about my vacations, maybe my kids' birthdays, but I just wasn't very active on social media. I looked at people's posts, but I didn't do a lot of liking or sharing. So I just started out early on, just kind of sharing a few things here and there. And I actually got a lot of good feedback from friends and family. People that were interested or just supportive of the things that I was doing. So really that's where I started, and I said I would do coaching, but I hadn't really like committed to doing all the coaching things. So I started there, and I just kind of slowly been sharing my story, sharing my workouts, engaging with some people, trying to help people out to see if they'd be interested in joining. And so it's just been kind of a slow progress until about July. I ended up signing 3 people in July and a couple of discount coaches. So I made my first rank in July. So that was pretty exciting. So, oh, Hillary's cheering over there. So I guess for me, just being able to share the results with people and knowing people family, friends that could use this type of program. Obviously, we gear this a lot towards, working mothers, staying-at-home mothers, but people who have busy lifestyles and being able to incorporate health and wellness into your daily routine. So I think that's kind of what I wanted to share, and I've gotten, like I said, a lot of good feedback from my videos and my posts. And then the other aspect, kind of like what Alicia said, not so much public speaking, because for some reason I hate it, but I've always, been able to do it, and even though it makes me nervous, but just trying to make those connections and get over some of my fears. Because from being a coach, posting was one thing. So I've been trying to engage a lot more on social media, posting, sharing my thoughts, which I've always been very conservative on not putting anything out there. So just putting stuff out there, and actually every time I've put something out there that even I thought was stupid or I didn't want to share, I've always gotten very positive feedback. So it's just been a slow growth process for me. And then the personal development side, so setting goals and looking in the future. So like I said, I'm still in the beginning stages, slow ramp up for me, but it's definitely been a good adventure. And I know sometimes we have our weekly team calls and I'm just tired and I don't want to get on them. And I even told Hillary that, I think last week, because I'm like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to get on. And then I always feel a lot better afterwards having the conversations. And I guess one other point is I also work for GM like Hillary. I'm an engineer. I used to work in a manufacturing facility, but now I'm in a corporate role, so I'm working from home. So this has given me another outlet to network and talk to people, because I don't go to an office every day anymore and see coworkers and people to engage with. So sometimes it's just, a lot of time in isolation. So it's nice to have this type of a group to talk with and share goals and routines, and even just workouts, like, oh, hey, that one sucked today, or hey, I don't like this program, or I love this program, type of thing. So I feel like I kind of rambled, but that is my story. So it's very quiet because everybody's muted.
No, it's okay. I'm getting off mute. Thank you, Becky. You did an awesome job. And like you said, you're fresh into this. And, one thing you didn't give yourself a lot of credit for is some of the fears you've overcome, like simply by just like being you, and you weren't anybody else and you are you. So awesome job. And thank you for sharing. I will now give the floor over to Katie. So Katie, can you please enlighten us?
Yes, I will try. Hi, it's so nice to see all of you. So I still consider myself to be a new coach, but it's been 5 months. So I'm going to have to stop saying that at some point, but it still feels new. So I keep saying I'm newish. Let's say I'm newish. And my story really starts way back when I was a little girl. And I have memories starting when I was like 5 years old, because it was kindergarten clothes shopping with my mom, where I can remember telling my mom I thought my butt looked too big in the outfit. Like, I had body hatred going way back to a young age. And a big part of that was because my mom always hated her body. She was a great mother and she never put pressure on me about my body, but she wouldn't wear shorts or a swimsuit. She did every diet imaginable, right? I think a lot of people can relate to this. And so my whole life up until my late 20s, I was obsessed with trying to be skinny and to diet. And interestingly, I was never unhealthy through any of those years. I mean, I have a bigger body type, so I was usually like the bigger one of my friends or whatever, but never unhealthy, always healthy, and played sports and all of that stuff. But you know how society is on women and little girls, and this is the world that we live in. It's pretty brutal, actually. And so what ended up happening with me is when I had my first baby, about 8 or 9 months after I had him, I really had lost myself. I was back at my job, but I was like a zombie kind of. And so I went to my OB and she suggested trying therapy, which I'd never done before. I'd never had a therapist. And this therapist was a game changer for me, because I thought it was good to hate your body. Like, I thought hating your body motivated you to get healthy. That's what I thought. Like, it motivated you to lose weight and work out. And this therapist, she taught me that no, it's actually the opposite. You have to learn to accept and respect and treat with kindness your current body exactly the way it is in order to be able to maintain healthy habits. And I was terrified, you guys. I was terrified when this therapist tried to get me to stop focusing on weight loss and getting skinny and switch over to actually focus on health and strength. I fought her. I told her, I have heart disease in my family. I'm going to die if I do this. And I really believe that. I'm laughing now, but I really was serious at the time. And, but she persisted, and I took the leap, the scary leap. And that's actually when I found Beachbody. And this took a few years. Working with her to get to this point. But that's when I found Beachbody. There was a neighbor of mine who was doing it. She was like, it's awesome, give it a try. So I just signed up. I wasn't in a challenge group or working with a coach or anything like that. I signed up and I loved it because I had been leading up to this point. I paid for a personal trainer. Actually, my personal trainer for 1 month cost twice the amount that Beachbody does for a full year. I was killing myself in the gym. Like, I thought you had to just kill yourself in the gym, to be healthy. And I had like this hardcore mentality, and Beachbody really helped me change all that because the workouts were 30 to 40 minutes. I could do them at home. I had little kids. I didn't have to get a babysitter or do the commute. I loved it. I loved the products. I loved how I felt after I had the shakes. And let's not talk about the pre-workout because I'm totally addicted. I don't even know if my addiction is good, but I love it. It makes me feel good. So anyway, I loved all the products. So I was like for 5 years doing all of this stuff, like all of the Beachbody, loving it, learning to love my body and treat it nice and use exercise as something coming from a place of love versus punishment, doing all the things. Fast forward to April of this year, still working at my corporate job, 60 plus hours a week, was not seeing my children. I actually liked the job, great company, great job, but I was not seeing my kids. It wasn't aligned with my family priorities. And I thought, I got to do something. Like, I had been watching my coach. I discovered my coach within this period on Instagram, and I had signed up with her as my coach. She's my coach now. She's not on this call. And I've been watching her. I was like, this chick, I was kind of stalking her a little bit, to be honest with you, like kind of stalky, kind of not creepy, but maybe a little bit. And I was like, I like what she's doing. Like, this is really cool. But I was like, I couldn't do that. I don't have a 6-pack and I don't know anything about teaching people how to work out. And so, but I was like, kind of thinking about it. I was like, maybe I could do this. And then in April, when COVID hit, and I was like in this really slump with my job, and I was like, I got to do something. So I was like, I'm going to try this, but I'm not going to tell her because I want to just fly under the radar, and I want to try this. And so I signed up to be a coach. And here's what's awesome about Beachbody. You can just go on the website, you can just sign up. And the training system is incredible. Like, they have it's called the back office, but it's really just a website. All the videos, everything you need. I literally started my own group without my coach even knowing, my coach at the time. I just learned how to do it all through their videos. It was awesome. And all I did was I went on Instagram, and I had like 100 followers. It was just my friends, high school people, nothing more than that. And I just said, hey, I'm going to do a workout group because all the gyms are closed. Does anyone want to join me? And I had 13 people say yes. And some of them actually already had Beachbody, and others were new to Beachbody. And I started this group, and I just started talking about my journey, about learning how to appreciate my body, how it was, and how to stop punishing myself with exercise. And that's kind of what I talked about in the group. And I realized really quickly, I love this. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And it was for a couple of reasons. The first one was it really kept me consistent. Like, I had never been more consistent, because when you are leading people, or when they're expecting you to do something, because I was posting in my group about my workouts, it's really motivating on the days when you don't really want to do it, to know that they're waiting for you to do that. It really helps you get up out of bed and get it done. But then this other thing happened, and it was like, blew my mind. It was like amazing. 2 months, we did Bar Blend, which is one of the programs on Beachbody, and it's 2 months. And one of the women in my group who had started it and finished it, she posted in the Facebook group that she had been to her doctor that day, and she got off all her meds. She was on like metformin and like blood pressure and triglyceride stuff. and she got off all her meds just like because she was in my group. She had not worked out 2 months straight until she got into this group. And it was just like, even right now talking about it, I get like goosebumps because it was just this moment for me. It was like, this is what I meant to do. And the other interesting thing is when I started, it had nothing to do with money. Like I knew you somehow made money. I didn't even know like what that was. I didn't even look at it. And at the end of that first month in the little coach office, there's this little thing you can click on that's like, what did you earn? I earned $500. And I was like, what? Like I earned $500, like just doing something I wanted to do anyway. It was crazy. Like, and that's when I was like, oh, you can actually make money doing this, right? And what's so cool about this experience is you can do it for like a little bit of money. Like if you want 75 extra bucks to go on a date night that month or whatever, like you could work it at that level. Or if you want to pay your mortgage, you could work it at that level. Or if you want to quit your full-time job, you could work it at that level, right? And those are varying levels of number of hours spent and work put in and time. It's not get rich quick, right? You have to work it over time. But I think that's really, really cool. And so here I am 5 months later. I have taken a leave of absence from my corporate job. I will be clear, I did not that quickly work up my salary to my corporate job. I didn't do it that quickly, but it helped me to realize what I prioritize in life. And these connections and helping people was where it was at. So I loved that. There's one other thing I will share before I turn it over. I love that there are some misconceptions. Like people think you have to have some sort of certification or know about like a lot about health and fitness. I did not have any of that, you guys. Like I had done the Beachbody for a while. I knew how to like work out, but you're not showing people how to work out. The trainers in the videos are showing people how to work out. It's really just helping keeping people motivated to keep going by sharing your own journey. And the thing I love the most is coaching does not have a look. There's no look to be a coach. Some people have a six-pack, some coaches have a six-pack, some coaches are kind of in the middle, like I am, like I have rolls on my stomach, I'm healthy and I'm strong, but I don't have a fitness model body. And then some coaches have like over 100 pounds to lose, anywhere in that range. And people are motivated by each of those. Like some people are motivated by somebody who has a six-pack. Some people are intimidated by somebody who has a six-pack. Some people want someone who has just started their journey and knows what they are going through and the challenges they have in having a significant amount of weight or whatever that they're working on or just working to feel good. And so I love that about it as well. All right, I can talk forever, so I better just like whoop, zip it. I told Hillary to message me if I was going too long. Okay, so I'm gonna pass it on to the myth, the legend, the master, Irene.
Oh my God. Hi. So I'm going to say this to keep it like a little condensed. Everything that Katie said up until she had kids is my story exactly. Same exact shit. It's kind of crazy actually, but I was the same. I was self-deprecating, obsessed with, like, literally felt like all of my problems were rooted in my body size and like all of it. Meanwhile, I was like skinnier than I am now at that time, which proves that it's literally all in your mind. I also found Beachbody after I had my first kid, and I have 3 kids now. So when I first found Beachbody, this is where our story like kind of goes this way, because you started it solo, you did it, you fell in love with all of it. I was like a chronic ghoster of challenge groups. I thought Shakeology was a scam and I hated it. No, not Kaylee. This was 5 years ago. This was before. Oh, I was asking who Katie's coach is. It's Kaylee. Yes, got it. So anyways, I one of my friends had like found it, and it was like when 21 Day Fix came out. So she told me, I think she signed up and got this random coach assigned to her. And then she told me to call her and sign up so I could be in the same challenge groups as my friend. And she was just a girl that I didn't relate to at all. And like Katie just said, like I looked at her, who she was skinny. She was like, it didn't ever seem like she had to work on losing weight until like, other than from when she was pregnant to when she was not pregnant. But then it just like happened easily for her. And I was like, this bitch, I didn't feel connected to that. And it allowed me to make an excuse in my head. Like, this is just for skinny people. This doesn't work actually for, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't for me because of that. So I tried it for a while and I did it. And I actually had like pretty good results. I mean, I did 21 Day Fix once all the way through. I think I might have not even actually done it all the way through, but I did. Even my 2-week pictures, like there was a significant difference. And I remember specifically like seeing those photos, being annoyed at the scale. And it just didn't really stick. Like I started getting in my head, like this isn't working because of the scale, because of the number wasn't like going down how I thought it would in 2 weeks, mind you, which is just how I rolled. So then it turned into something more where I was ghosting more. I started like, and I think I was signed up as a discount coach. I was ordering Shakeology and then I started like skipping it. And the only time my coach would reach out is when I skipped it. And I was like, she only cares if I'm here ordering the shakes. Like she doesn't care. So then it just turned it. I just was like, this is a scam. This is stupid. She's pissing me off. And then I was like, I'm telling her like, I'm not getting any more. And then it got into like a heated conversation. And I was like, I'm done. I like rage quit Beachbody. Okay. This was 7 years ago. Not the only job I've rage quit. So it was then like 2 more kids later, plus 5 more years later of the same stuff, like trying a million things, trying Weight Watchers, like doing all the things to just like see what would work, and literally never change my focus out of the scale. Never look at like maybe what I'm trying to do isn't working because of this, instead of what I think it is, which is just that I'm like a failure. Whatever it was that I was telling myself. So then when I had my third, he was like 4 months and I was kind of like over my bullshit, and I was like starting to open my mind more to like loving myself, like trying to get over all the things that I hated about myself and all how much brain space that like took up constantly in my head. And I was doing this random program. Like I used to work at a gym. I'm a dietitian. I should like, and this was another story I told myself, like I quit that entire career that I have my master's in because I convinced myself that I wasn't like worthy enough to tell people because I didn't have my own shit together. So I was working like as a government like doing literally doing like just random shit, just to have like to make money and earn a salary. I had worked at a gym. And then the most recent thing that I had been doing after I had my second kid was I got my real estate license and I was trying to start building that. So, but when I still stayed in touch with the people at the gym, and one of them like started this online thing. And now that I look back on it, it's like I mean, it was a Facebook group. It was like, it's essentially what Beachbody is. It was like a Facebook group. He was a trainer and he was the director of nutrition for our whole company when I was at the gym. So, I don't know that he asked me specifically. I think I followed him on Facebook and I saw it and I was like, all right, well, I can do this. And I got one of my friends to do it with me. And it was just super like low key, not very specific. It was basically general guidelines and it was really short little workouts. Like it was good to like work me up to like starting to really focus on self-awareness and my body, and like that I didn't have to like kill myself in the gym for 2 weeks and then not do anything for 3 months. Cause you know what I mean? Like my old pattern, I just was like comfortable being slow moving with it. We did it for like 6 weeks and then we got an email and they were like, this isn't what we expected it to be. We're canceling it. And we were like my friend and I were like, this is like the first time that we haven't quit on a program and like they're canceling it. Are you freaking kidding me? And so we were just like, okay. And this was like 80 Day had just started, like, you know, it had all started at that point. And my same friend that brought me in with 21 Day Fix was like, why don't you just try and do it with me? So I was like, okay, I'm finding my own coach. I'm not going back to that coach. And then I was like I wasn't participating in anything. I was literally just like, I think I did like 40 days of 80 Day. Then we went on vacation. Same thing happened as usual. I didn't do anything on vacation. And then it was like, I literally didn't do anything for 3 months. so that's kind of where this starts. Okay. So I finally, again, was at that place where I was sick of my own bullshit. And I, saw like Autumn posted that she was, going to take 2 people through 80-day obsession on the Today Show. And I was like drunk on my couch because I was depressed. And I'm like, I'm just gonna apply. I'm just like, it was on Instagram. It was literally like link in bio, name, email. Why do you want to do this? And I was like, no, fill this out. Nobody ever wins this. And 2 weeks later, they called me and they were like, I got picked. Me and one other chick got picked to go on the Today Show 5 times. And not only have our journey like followed, but like tell our weight and our measurements to the entire world, our before pictures, like all of it, national television and online, everywhere, like literally everywhere. So there's like no turning back, right? But so that like, that's kind of the first time when I started thinking in my head, like, oh my God, I'm gonna actually like do this. I'm gonna finish this program and like not only the workouts, like the nutrition, like I'm gonna do this shit like perfectly all the way through. I just knew it was gonna happen. It wasn't like, what if I can't do it? What if I fail? I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I swear to God, like thinking back on it, I never had that mindset when I started something. My mindset when I started something was like, I'm probably gonna quit after 2 weeks. I'm gonna like, this sucks. I'm not gonna be allowed to drink wine. Like all the things that are like the negatives, I would focus on that. And then ultimately I would carry out those actions. But so what's the difference? Like, is it that I was on TV? I honestly don't think so. Like cause the girl that I was on TV with is not coaching and she's not in my situation right now. So I honestly don't think that it's that. I really think that it's that I decided to change my outlook. Like I decided to change my perspective on it. And I did the whole thing. 4 weeks in, I was like, I'm like, why is everybody not doing, like, where is this whole world? Like everybody needs to be doing this. So I started coaching and it was the same. Like I didn't really have expectations because I still thought it was a scam. Like I had a really bad taste in my mouth from that old coach. And I was like, I refuse to like make anybody feel like that. I don't want, like, this is not about people buying Shakeology. Like, yes, should everybody and their mother be drinking it? Absolutely. But like, I'm not going to be the one to like guilt you into it. I want you to be educated on it and I want you to do it because you want to and it makes you feel good. So, you know, I kind of like based my whole philosophy on building my business around like the things that I experienced before that I didn't want to carry into this. And I was very like conscious of that. And I'm sure, you know, maybe people think that that's a bad business choice because I'm sure that I like missed out on a lot of money, but I'd rather people know that I genuinely need, like, I understand that you need to learn this on your own. And nothing anybody can say is going to make you get to the place that you need to get to like make this the right thing, right? You know yourself better than anybody else, whether you want to admit it or not. And if you're not like ready, you know, like if you think that you want to, but then you feel like someone is kind of also forcing you, we naturally resist that because we don't want to be controlled. We don't want people to be making decisions for us. So, you know, I was just very conscientious of that. And I think like everybody said before, I mean, it's not like a get rich quick scheme. That's not what it's about because it's a relationship business. Like this whole thing is, I've learned how like so many different personality types, so many different like things that motivate people, things that like make people fail. Like I used to run my challenge groups where we'd start on the same day every like of the same program. And once my challenge groups got bigger and I couldn't like babysit, like I really couldn't keep an eye on everybody because it was too many people. Like the second somebody would get sick and fall out and get behind the group, they would quit because they were behind. And I was like, that is not what this is. Like this whole thing is like, this is your own journey. We're just all in this together. So like, it then turned into like, I'm only doing this to make sure that you don't quit. Like, I don't care if you change programs halfway through. I don't care. Like, it's literally about supporting these people's personalities and their specific life, because that's the only thing that's important is to them, especially, is what's going on with them. So I just think, like, number one, the way that we're like called independent Beachbody coaches. Yes, we work for Beachbody, but really the business is like you, and you can literally run it however you want to run it. Like, there are no rules to it. You can run it however you want to run it. So to me, it, like, you kind of feel that sense of freedom, but also you learn so much so quickly. And I'm a completely different coach than I was when I first started. I used to feel bad if I was like, I'm like yell at people now. And it's in a way that's like, you paid to be in this group. Like, where are you? What are you doing? Like, you made me beg you for 3 weeks to sign up, and now you're ghosting. Like, I'm sorry, what, like, all of a sudden you're $100 doesn't matter to you anymore. So like, but I'm not afraid to say things real, because I know that people need to hear that. And it's what I would have needed to hear before too. Like, I always constantly put myself back to when I first started. So I don't know, I've been doing it for 2 years. Coronavirus, like, this whole thing has really messed with me, and I've gotten to this place recently where I'm like, haven't been feeling that great, and I've like, stresses have really gotten to me. And one thing that I'm sharing a quote too. But I'm reading Untamed by Glennon Doyle, which is like the best book that's ever been written on earth. So I've been like I got mad. I got like really upset with my challengers because of the ghosters, but really I got mad at them, but I was mad at myself because I was chasing all the ghosters, because I used to be a ghoster and I know what they're doing. I see it. I see right through it. And I'm like, I'm not going to let you get away with this, but it's exhausting. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I want to focus on the people that want to be there and that are excited to be there. So I went, like, I literally unplugged for 4 days. I was like, F this, I need a break. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not checking on, like, I just peaced out. I went to my brother's lake house and I like barely checked in, and I came back, and it kind of hit me, like, I went live and I kind of explained all this to them, and it kind of hit me like, I don't want to be chasing people. I want you guys to want to be here, and the ones that want to be here, I want to be able to give all my attention to you, because like, you want to be here. And so that day I was listening to Untamed, and am I in the wrong thing? Where's the quote? I'm in the wrong picture. When did I post this? This one. So this is the quote that I listened to in the car and like started crying immediately. So it says, "You made this community for other women, but maybe it was actually for you. All this time you've been creating the net that one day you'd need to fall into." And I legit, like, I've been like getting back into like depressive ways. Like, I'm over being home. All 5 of us are home. We moved this summer. We renovated our house. Like, so much shit has been going on. And I totally, like, now this huge group of women that I've created, that I've been supporting for 2 years, like, I need them to support me. I'm literally, like, the other day I was like, I'm going to be a challenger. Like, I don't know who's going to run the group, but like, you guys need to, like, I need to get my shit together. But so you can't, like, I think that what scared me a lot in the beginning was that I was scared that, like, I could never, like, literally, I would think I could never drink wine again, and I was never going to be able to eat bad again. Once I started this lifestyle change, I was like, never going to be able to go back to, and it scared me so much that I like didn't want to do it. And I let myself quit from it. And what I've realized is, like, it's so the opposite of that. Like, literally, it starts with just like loving yourself first, and being able to give yourself grace while you're still pushing yourself, and learn discipline, but like also learn when you need to just step back and take it. Like, literally, you learn so much about yourself and just people in general. But it's not about being perfect. It's not about like making a decision and never turning back. It's literally just about you taking care of yourself. Like, the number one job description is taking care of yourself, like you on your own journey, and sharing it. Like, that's all that it is, because you don't want people to come and try to do it exactly like you. You want people to be inspired that you're living out your truth, and that they want to live their truth out too. So That's how I feel like, you know, I didn't know what this was. You know, like I literally had a terrible first experience, and it was not in the way that was like, this group is so welcoming and I feel like I want to like live my truest self. I was literally like, and it was also probably the point in my life where I was, but it was kind of like, I didn't have any idea about the coaching side of it until I literally just like fell into it. Like I started and I ran with it. I don't know. I think that that's all I really want to say. I feel like we need to stop so that people can ask questions.
No, Irene, that was awesome. Thank you. And, you know, thank you to Katie and Becky and Alicia. Like all of us have, I feel like, different stories, but like similar root. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but just like that foundation of why we started coaching or why we continue to. And I just appreciate you guys sharing everything. So, and I know the ladies on the phone do too. So thank you guys. All right. So just like Irene said, do we have any questions from the crowd here? We'll give you guys a minute.
I just think that Irene saying she rage quit Beachbody is the best thing I've ever heard. Like that was the best story I've ever heard.
I also rage quit the gym that I worked at.
I mean, just rage quit everything is like exactly where I was at too before I started Beachbody, like this time around. Like I was raging everywhere. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, Hillary.
Yeah, it's real life, isn't it? No, you guys are fine. If you are not comfortable asking any questions on the screen, you can always type them into the chat bar. But one thing that we do want to, what I would like to share with you, and what's pretty common, is that if you do decide to coach, we will provide you some like one-on-one coaching. We'll do new coach calls. We'll do all the things to help get you on that right foundation for you to be you, run it your way, and just like get you to start like this journey, because I'm telling you, I love the personal development part of it and just sharing how we are making ourselves, individuals, be the best individuals we can be. And for whatever reason that is, that's special to you. And that's how you can relate to other women or other men or whatever it is. So I just encourage you to try this. And like I think Irene said, I might have missed it, but you went in and out of coaching a little bit, or went in and out of challengers or being a challenger. This is all you know, and you guys, if you're here, there's something a little bit inside you. There's that bug in there that says, maybe I can do this. And we are here to tell you that you can. So thank you so much. We appreciate you guys joining us. And I'm going to draw names from those of you who put your names in the chat bar. So let me get one of my monsters over here to draw. So I wrote your names down. Hey, Levi, come here, please. I'll throw the please in there to make you guys think I'm a really good mom. All right, come here. We're going to draw a name for someone who's going to win a week's worth of Shakeology. So stand up, please.
No.
All right. Can you draw a name? Come here.
No.
All right, Lucas, come here. Sorry, guys. He doesn't want to know.
Just go down the line.
He's sleeping? Jeez, oh, peace. Okay.
Have
Here.
Tony draw.
Hey, Tony, do it.
Tony!
Tony.
Come here. Need you. The ladies need you. Oh my God. Wait till you see his video game headphones, guys. So, babe, come on. All right, he's walking this way, ladies. I know the anticipation is just killing all of you. All right, you need to come over here. Over here. He's thrilled, and you're going to be on camera, so draw a name. Okay, you're creepy. Stop. Just pick a name. Tony, stop. Come on. They're waiting.
Ooh,
Just pick a name.
I only see one person.
It's Beck. I know. Open it. There's more. Who is it?
Chrissy?
Chrissy! Yay!
Where's
You
his
see it?
head? I was told you had a headset on, Tony.
Yeah, where is it? We want to see it.
Yeah, we were all waiting for that.
I have headset here.
Look at Chrissy, headset too.
I do.
You know, I got a headset here.
Yay, Chrissy. So I'll message you to
Is
get
that
your, yeah, that's it. Go away.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
Yay, Tony.
Chrissy, I'm going to message you to send you your, the week of Shakeology, okay?
Okay.
Yay! All right, so ladies, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate it, and we're just very thankful that you guys took some time out of your day, and Chrissy on her birthday, to listen to our stories and hopefully be inspired and motivated, encouraged, whatever the word is that you feel right now. And your coaches will be reaching out to you to see if this is something you'd like to start, and really just like transform your life, transform your mind. So thank you again. And we can leave it open, Alicia, for just a few minutes if anybody has any additional questions. But other than that, have an awesome night and happy, we'll call it Friday, basically. Happy Friday. It's almost Friday. So thank you.
Good night. Thank you for inviting me.
Bye, Wendy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye everyone. Great stories.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chrissy.
My chick pieced out immediately.